Hello, welcome to this training on Introduction to Canva for SLPs. My name's Lana. I am a speech language pathologist, and I've been using Canva for about 2 years now to create videos and treatment materials and practice activities. And I found it to be really beneficial for my practice and a lot easier to use than some of the platforms I used to use. So I wanted to share some of the ways that I use it and some of the features that I use the most often. This is by no means comprehensive. It's just really an introduction to some of the things that you might find helpful. We're going to talk about all the different types of projects I've made, how to set up a project, using elements. Elements are really the heart of Canva. Those are the building blocks that you use to make everything. Some other features and apps that are available. I haven't used too many of them, but just to give you a little bit of a introduction to that, and then how to share your projects that you create in Canva. For example, this one on the left, I created for a little kiddo that's working on the F sound. So just use different elements to show the airflow. Canva has these wonderful articulation visuals. And then he used a video feature to add the roller coaster as just a reinforcer for this kiddo. The nice thing is once you create something like this, you can just share it by sending a link. So a parent could go in and just click on the link and have this practice activity ready to go. This part is just a little video that I dropped in. It was already made. And then I also have uploaded different picture symbols for core vocabulary. So these particular ones are from Simple Sticks, but you can do that with anything. Just take a screenshot and upload the picture. And then it will just be in your account to stay, which makes it so much easier. There are also tons of great templates on Canva. So if you're feeling intimidated and not sure where to start, this is a great way to do it. And some of them might be ready-made. You might not even need to modify them, but it also gives you just a picture of all the things that Canva can do. There are templates for social stories, which you can easily modify, comic strips. All these things are great for clinical activities. And one thing for older kids too, as many of you probably already know, you can have them be involved in creating it and maybe even create their own presentation to share with others, and then have them learn in the process of trying to teach the concepts. You can create quizzes for data. There are templates for that as well. So the first place to start is you're going to go to the home page and then click on Create a Design. And for this, we're just going to do a presentation. So this would be equivalent to a PowerPoint or Google Slides, although it does have probably some more features that are not part of those programs, or they might just be easier to find and use. Once you click on the type on the left, then you'll see a menu at the top of different sizes and within that category. So I usually just start with a standard presentation, 16:9 ratio. There are other forms, and you can always do a custom size if you have a specific thing that you're trying to design. So once you click on that, it'll bring you to the actual project. And you're going to want to click in the slide to be able to edit. So if you don't click on the slide, it's not going to go into edit mode. And then we're going to look at elements. And again, like I was saying, this is kind of the core of what we use in Canva. And elements comprises a whole variety of things and tools and visuals. So go ahead and look on the left column within edit mode and click on elements. Some types of elements include shapes, graphics. Graphics would be like, little visuals, pictures, cartoons, photos, frames. So that's where you can choose a different shape of a frame, like a heart. And then you add a photo and then drop it into the frame, and that changes the shape of the photo. So that's pretty cool. Videos, we'll go over those. There are audio elements, sound effects. There are songs that you can use that are you're able to use because Canva has a license for the songs. Charts, I haven't really used that feature as much, but that might be good for older kiddos especially. Some general tips. To get a graphic and put it in your design, all you have to do is click on it, which is really great. That's the part that I find a lot more intuitive than other programs. You just click on it and it shows up on the slide. You can drag it around to place it. And then, Canva will give you little hints. It'll show little highlighted lines to help you with the spacing to make it even. Drag the corners to resize. So I'm going to be walking through and showing you a lot of these features. These are examples of stickers, which are basically animated graphics. These are great for just making a lesson just kind of come alive and be more interesting for kids. Non-animated graphics, these are just some examples of things I might use. So again, they've got this whole collection of articulation mouth pictures, which is great. They've got speech bubbles, talking bubbles, and then you can just see there's such a variety of types of graphics because there are so many different graphic artists who are contributing their work to Canva. And there are some really beautiful graphics. So if you just search for food, you get this wide variety of visuals that come up. A lot of them look like illustrations from children's books. Like we look down here at dinosaurs, so it's a lot of fun. Just makes everything look a little bit more professional. So to group different elements, let's say you've put these 3 elements into your slide, and I'm going to go out into edit mode. So you're going to click on each one, and then a little menu will come up at the top that says group, and now they will all move together. I'm going to ungroup, but you can, let's say you want the pug to be wearing a top hat, as he should be, and a bow, of course. So again, I'm going to highlight them all and then click on group. And now he is wearing those wonderful stylish things everywhere he goes. So what I'm going to do is click on just the element that I want to move. So this will allow me to put the hat in front of the cat. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to do Control right click, layer, and then bring to front. Animation is another great feature. I would say it's probably comparable to what you can do in PowerPoint or Google Slides, although I haven't used those as extensively, so I'm not sure, but there are a lot of good options. So once you click on an element, you'll see this menu pop up, little line, and you're just going to click on Animate. And that's just going to animate whatever element you've clicked on. So it's not going to animate the whole page. And so it's really important to know that distinction because if you don't click on the one element, then it's going to apply whatever you choose to the whole page. And that sometimes can get a little funky. So just to show you, I'm going to choose an element and make it animated. So let's see. I've got this circle here. All right, so I clicked on it. Now I'm going to go up to animate. And I could do a custom animation where I basically just drag it around and then it will record whatever I do with it. So just an example. So now you can see now it's doing it on its own. And it will just do this when you click to the slide, unless you select appear on click, then you'll have to click again to make it do the move. And you can see here, it'll show you the click order as well. I'm going to delete that and go back to create an animation. These general animations are, they will happen automatically when you click to the next slide or whatever slide the element's on. Or you can make them do it when the element is going out. One thing to note is that it doesn't last the whole time you're on the slide. It just will last a limited amount of time and then stop. So it's more for like something that you want to like swoop in or appear in a dramatic way. So for example, I'm just going to hover over these. It'll kind of show you what can happen. Tectonic, tumble, baseline, drift, succession, neon, scrapbook, stomp. That's a fun one. So all of those are pretty cool. You can adjust the speed that they happen. So if you want something to be last a little longer, you might do slow. I'm going to do remove the animation. And now I'm going to show you the add-on effects, another type of animation. These are ones that will last the whole time you're on that slide. So if I want the circle to rotate, I can choose that, and it's just going to keep doing that as long as I'm on that slide. If I want it to flicker or pulse, one I use a lot is wiggle to make things just come alive a little bit more or look like they're dancing. It's a lot of fun. All right. Transitions are another tool that I use all the time. So I have two slides that are identical right now, but I'm going to go in and make this next one. I'm going to move the cat over here and I'm going to make it a little bigger. Okay. So I'm going to go into my transition menu. You just click on the little icon between the two slides and it'll show you a little preview of what it might look like. So circle wipe, that's a good one. Color wipe, line wipe, flow, stack, chop. My favorite transition that I use the most is match and move. And what's cool about it is it makes it look like a natural animation. So if you want the cat to look like he's just gradually growing bigger and moving, then you choose match and move, and it will do that between the two slides. I'm going to go out so you can see that a little better. So there we go. This is a great way to make your visuals just look more exciting. You can use videos as backgrounds. If you want something to be in outer space, there's all these backgrounds that feel like you're traveling through space. There's a lot of point of view backgrounds where it looks like you're on a roller coaster or in a car. All of those things are great ways to just make things more exciting. So let's do a little example. I'm just going to choose some elements to use as a background. Let's say I want to use a skiing video as my background. So I'm just going to press Control and click. And now I'm going to go down to replace background. So now this video will just play when I go to this slide. If I want to get out of that, I'm going to do the same thing again. Control, right click, detach video from background. So now it's just one element in the whole picture. So the videos should show up on your elements on the left side. Some things to note that the videos are short. These aren't extensive movies. They're 10 to 20 seconds usually, although you can have them loop and repeat. You can also adjust the timing so it's slower or faster. And like any of the other elements, all you do is click on it and it gets added to the slide. You can also add YouTube links, and those will end up just turning into looking like a video. It includes the YouTube link as well. Adjusting, sizing, those are all identical to how you would do it with a graphic or just a picture. And this editing toolbar is going to pop up when you click on a video within the slide. These are some of the videos I've used as reinforcers. If I create an articulation activity just to keep kids excited, it gives parents a little help too if they're trying to practice at home. So if I create something where I've got practice items and then I intersperse this, that hopefully helps kids stay more motivated. You can use it to teach concepts. Obviously, you can search for whatever, but a lot of times I'll do like kid feeling sad or this is an ASL sign. So I search for ASL, no. If I'm trying to talk about kids doing different actions, working on verbs, you can find most of those actions. Not always, but most of the time. You can adjust the video playback. That's this, again, that menu is going to pop up when you click on the video, and you can adjust different elements of the playback. So that's a really useful tool. That's where you're going to select loop or any of those features. I'm going to just show you real quick. Let's add a new one. Let's say we're doing this video again. Okay. So if I go to playback up here, I can adjust the speed. Sometimes this gets a little glitchy, so I don't use it too much. I can have it play on repeat and play automatically. That means it'll just play once you get to that slide. So how to organize elements. This is going to make your life a lot easier if you use some of these features, and it's going to help you find elements that you really like. When you're looking at elements, if you hover over an element, you'll see these 3 little dots show up. And when you click on those dots, it'll give you these, it'll show you this menu of options. So one of them is to add it to a folder. So you can create your own folders where you have different elements under different categories. And down here, it says view collection. So a lot of these are part of a bigger collection. So for example, with those mouth pictures, if you tap on view collection, then you can see all the different mouth pictures for all the different sounds in English. So I'm just going to go back into edit mode so I can just show you how to do this. I'm going to choose this fun yellow circle again. And if I hover over it, I can pull up this menu. So I can add it to a folder. And this is showing all the folders I've created. Obviously, you'll have your own types of folders. I can start a new folder, create new, just call it shapes. I can also see a collection of things that are similar. So you have all of these shapes that are the same style, probably the same artist. So that's really handy when you're trying to look for similar elements. Okay. The text feature it's pretty similar to PowerPoint or Google Slides. You click on a text box. You can do different types. There are tons of fun fonts to choose from. It's definitely worth exploring. I'll just show you real quick. Let's say I'm going to choose a heading. And it's automatically put a certain type of heading in or chosen a font, but you can move the text box around just like with any other element. You can change the color up here. I want it to be white. I can change the font up here. So many to choose from. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming. And to resize the text, you can either highlight it and do that, but you can also, if it's in a text box, you can just make it bigger, which is a more intuitive way to do it. Uploads are really handy. So I use that. I've uploaded pictures of kids if I want to make something that they are featured in, or, core words, symbols I use symbol sticks because that's what our district uses, but there are obviously plenty of different systems of symbols. So those are great things to upload and then create a folder so you can find them more easily. And there are tons of apps. I'm not going to get into those today, but that's definitely worth exploring on your own. There's a YouTube app it's supposed to just make it more automatic to put a YouTube in. Voiceovers, you can do QR codes, you can connect it to Google Drive. There's a text-to-speech app, which I haven't explored yet, but that seems like it'd be great for SLPs. A drawing app, so many more, and they're constantly adding more. So it's definitely worth exploring that. Last, sharing your projects. So if you want to share a project, you're going to just go up to the right corner and click on share. And the one I use the most is the public view link. So if I want to share it with teachers or parents, I'll use this, and it's just easy as it's like pulling up a YouTube video. They just open it up. They don't have to have any type of account. This is for collaboration. I haven't done this much, but it's definitely something you can make use of if you're working with other teachers or working as a team or even working with students to create something. And last, these are just some resources that you can use. Canva has wonderful instructional videos on YouTube that are really to the point and short, so you don't have to wade through a lot of irrelevant info. And it's really, again, the program is designed to be user-friendly and intuitive, so hopefully you'll find that it's a little easier to learn than some of the other platforms that we've used in the past. That's all. Thanks for watching.